Hello everyone, this is Flemmy and welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play. So we are currently here in Season 4, Episode 16, I believe it is. So, what is up? So, it's only been one day since Episode 15 for you guys, but for me it's been a very long time since I recorded that, so I've got a lot of updates here for you. So, let's see. I started this cannon upgrade this morning. I never got around to doing this army camp level 5, although I did decide to spend my elixir on the wall breakers, so that means both the giants and the healers are finished up, so I'll open them up here and you can see the levels, so both 2-star for the healer and 4-star for the giant, so that should seriously help out our base killing capabilities with both of those guys. This air defense finished up right here. Our last mortar is under progress and finishing up soon. I believe I just got the resources for that in the last video. I can't really remember though. Let's see, what else is new? So I started this cannon upgrade for sure, and the wizard towers are now both done and maxed at level 4, I believe. Yes, they are, so that's great. I really love that. This will be really effective at defending our resources, so definitely looking forward to these guys in the near future. So, what are we doing today? Well, we're going to be attacking. As you saw, our builders are all occupied for at least another 12 hours. 12, 18 hours, and 36 hours, roughly. And we've got a shield lasting only 45 more minutes. So I figure I'll break that shield and throw up a new one when someone attacks us. But we might as well get some resources out of the deal and not just let them steal from us, which is always a good plan. This guy might be a good person to raid. We could just for free get that elixir collector or storage on the left. But you know what, it's not very many resources, so it might have 20,000 in that, probably a bit less. So that's not really worth the loss for me, because I might have to go get the trophies back at some point, and that effort's certainly not worth it. So I have been playing my main a lot lately. I was grinding a lot of gold to get up to a wizard tower upgrade. I think it was like level 6. God, it was expensive. It was nearly 3 million gold. Yeah, expensive, slow to get. But I got it. It went pretty well. I also threw like 1.8 million gold into walls in that account. It feels so unproductive how little I get out of that. Let's see, what else has been new? So, this video is going to be coming out on the last day in January, so if you're watching this on the 31st, hello everyone, and if you're watching this in the future, hello to you too. But, what does that mean? Well, that means sometime the next 2 or 3 days for you guys, I shall be producing my monthly update videos for what's up with my channel, and I've got some fun stuff to announce, so I'll keep it secret until then, but you guys can, wonder and comment in the comment section what outrageous things I shall be announcing. But yes, what are we looking for today? We're going to be mostly looking for gold, just because we've got a whole lot more gold projects to do, including walls, but mostly starting with defenses as our priority. So I would like to get at least 75,000, but it's sort of a hard time right now, so I don't really know how possible that is. And I haven't been playing a lot like I mentioned, so I don't have a great feel for this trophy range we're at currently. A lot of trophy ranges is knowing what sort of bases you're likely to find there, and that will change over time. So especially if you're playing 2 accounts, you'll forget. But if you're like not playing for a week or 2, or you're doing a different sort of style of attack, like maybe you're just goblin raiding or something, don't expect the game necessarily to be exactly the same, even if you are at the exact same trophy count. Or in another sense, if you return to the game after a while of being away, don't expect it to be the same. I do have a couple good raids I did off video over the last few days, which I'll be featuring in an upcoming question and answer video. So, yeah, go put in your questions for that. They were both quite solid, if I remember correctly. Up toward 200,000, if not above. I can't really remember exactly what they're at. It's been at least 2 days since I recorded them. Let's see, since I recorded episode 15... 15? Yeah, I think 15 was the one that came before this. So I announced it at the first part of this video, but I've already forgotten. Man, these are terrible resource counts. I announced it, or since I recorded that one, well, here I go, and I find a base, so I gotta stop talking again. Do I want to attack this? I mean, yes I do. It's level 6, it's got a whole crap ton of gold. 1 air defense, and it's actually very well upgraded for their town hall level, but there's still only 1, so that means that's a big downside to them, and I think I'm definitely going to take this guy on. So the first thing to do is to check for Clan Casa guys. I'm going to attack on the top here. There's absolutely nothing except for the wizard, and that does not have the range to determine. And we do have Clan Casa guys, so we'll draw them out, and then we'll deploy. Which should... no, it's not quite out of range of the damn wizard tower. So I guess we'll spread out these guys here. And once the giant comes a little farther, we'll deploy a couple more barbarians. Okay, now we're going in with the giants. going straight for these walls here. I'm going to deploy 2 wall breakers. Ooh, I don't have any wall breakers. Well, me fail. Fortunately, some of the giants are focusing down the same wall, so they should, as soon as they bust through, all the other giants should come and collect and help out with air defense. But yeah, failure for me on that part right there with the lacking in the wall breaker category. I could deploy archers to help out with this wizard tower, but honestly, it's not very cost effective. I'd rather save them for deploying against stuff down here. Stupid zoom. What are we going to spend this on? Like I said, we don't have any workers, so I'll likely, like if I did, I would probably throw it into walls. I'm going to deploy these guys pretty heavily while the cannon or the mortar is distracted. We've got them, and I don't really plan on doing a second attack right now. I might, depending on various things such as training times, but I don't really plan on it. So if I can take out this archer tower before the giants start working on the walls, that'd be great, but damn it. So see what the problem right there is. So now the giants are attacking 3 walls, and what's behind those walls? Absolutely nothing. Okay, better deploy some guys out here to distract the wizard tower, if possible. And so they break through the walls right now, and what do? They're like, oh, no defense, time to attack a new set of walls. Just a waste of time is basically it. That wizard tower did a lot of damage to our archers. I should have deployed a couple barbarians faster, because it will attack the closest units first. I'm glad those are bombs, by the way, right there in the middle, rather than anything else. Okay, seeing as our our healer is distracted as high hell up here with this wizard tower attacking the guys, we are going to deploy archers to take out the wizard tower, free up the healer, and so it can come heal the giants. Okay, wizard tower's down, so the healer switches, should go to the giants, and yes it does. So that's very good right there. That was well executed on my part. Okay, with only 50 seconds left, we are running out of time, so I'm going to deploy lots of goblins to go and get those gold storages. With 45 seconds, though, I don't think it would be too much of a problem with the goblins going straight for the gold storages, especially because they're not going to die because the mortar was under construction, and the remaining cannons very, very distracted on those giants. So 30 seconds left, and the last of the gold's going down. I'm glad I sort of noticed that. That could have been bad. It looks like the infantry probably would have cleaned it up, but never a good sign. 100% as you can see, nothing was in the corners. Yeah, that was good gold. Elixir, we only basically broke even, but you know what can we do about it? Okay, so we do have a bunch of recent attacks to do, so I shall queue up an army, and maybe we'll do a second attack during this video, if it finishes up in time, or in the approximate amount of time. It would make this video another longer video, and like I've said in the past, I enjoy longer videos just like you do. Sure, they don't give me quite the viewer count, but I know you guys are fans of longer videos because you get to see more. And they're also easier for me to produce. Okay, so I got giants finishing. What do I need to do? I need to do goblins. So that's be about 15 goblins. We can put them all in here. And I did deploy at least most of my barbarians, if not all. Let's check that. So we have 2 left. So how many was I at? I think it was at 25. So let's do 11 in each of these barracks to bring that up to 25. Wait, I need to do 12 in this one because that was only 2. 23 total. Okay, perfect. 23, so that makes it 25. And that leaves us a bunch of archers short. We probably should do the wall breakers before I forget again. This is going to be slow. 2 minutes each. Yeah, annoying. But, it's alright. Okay, I'm going to up this one to 10 minutes total. So right there's 2 seconds under 10 minutes for training time, just so they're all even. And that one's 9 seconds above the other one or so. And then we can distribute any unspent ones equally among the 4. This one should be able to hold a lot because I haven't queued up a healer yet, and because I won't be doing another attack right after I'm going to go eat dinner, I will be I can just queue up stuff in all these. Don't need to worry about queuing in the future. Okay, so that's 7 units left, so we'll do 2 in this, 1 in this, 2 in this, and 2 in this last one to bring it up to 195 out of 195. So that looks pretty good. They'll all finish up within 30 seconds of one another. So let's go load up some defenses in of recent attacks on our base. Okay, so how long has it been? So let me see if I can recognize the name. Answer has been a long time. It might even been this long, but you can see how we've done. Losing 50,000 in this attack right here. Only losing 16,000 in this one, losing 2,000 in that one, losing 44,000, no, 42,000 in this one. Here's a bigger one. We'll watch that one. So this one got 250,000 elixir. So I would bet my elixir storage were absolutely full, and he took it out, as well as some from the collectors that had been uncollected, I'm going to guess. But he only got 61,000 gold. I would guess I've got to research, and workers all busy at this point. At that point, elixir is very hard to spend, so we'll see. We'll see. Okay, wall breakers and giants coming right in. Taking out the inactive air defense. Lots of wall breakers, so I bet he was trying to get them into the center. He doesn't really get how wall breakers work, though. If you want to know how wall breakers work, you should go check out my wall breaker tactics and AI video. It is very helpful. Okay, mass infantry and even more goblins, or giants. I can't really say I'm a fan of this. So he's going to hit the spring trap right now. Bam. Wow, all three dead. That was pretty effective. As you can see from the mines and collectors, they are exceedingly full. So, my fault for not being online, but you know what? Busy schedule, busy week. That was a great couple mortar hits right there. Archers are taking out the elixir. Storage, as I mentioned, is exceedingly full. Wizard Tower is doing great damage down here. And up there. Oh, look at those barbarians. Oh, look at them all die. Look at them all die. Dead. Wow, I freaking love Wizard Towers. Yes, they stomp absolutely everything. So, I mean, he got a lot of resources, so congrats to him for that. But honestly, that was more my fault than anything particularly amazing on his strategy. But he recognized the fact that I had lots of uncollected resources and that he could get into the storage. Well, at least the elixir one. He was probably hoping he'd get into the gold as well, but it doesn't look like that happened at all. Maybe he touched it for a hair of damage, but I didn't really see it. So, I mean, I can't give him a failing grade for, like, that. I mean, and I wouldn't. He did what he was coming for, and potentially could have done more. Especially if he hadn't grouped up his infantry like that, but spread it out more. I guess that's my main complaint, is he should have spread out his stuff more. And also my spring trap you saw proved pretty damn effective, taking out those giants, this spring trap right here. So, let's grade him. It wasn't a particularly amazing attack, so I'm just going to go with a C. But he got good resources, so I'm going to go with a C+. But he does still have some things to work on, such as not deploying all your archers in one place, so then 20 of them die to 2 wizard strikes. Yeah, that'd be a good tip right there for him. Okay then, what is next? Let's go check out another attack while our troops are training. Indeed, indeed, that is a good idea. Okay, so that was this bottom one down here. Let's see, other ones that we missed out on. So there's a healer attack down here. Sort of interesting. Pretty light on the giants, relying pretty heavily on infantry to do damage. Does have both Clan Castle guys and lightning spell in there, interestingly. Let's look up here. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. Only one giant. I would guess this comes from the Clan Castle, just because, I mean, really, who uses one giant? 7 wall breakers, a bunch of infantry, and a whole crap ton of goblins. So, given the amount of resources he stole, this was an effectual attack. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and guess that his goblins did terrible. And I would even go and say his goblins likely did terrible against the wizard towers. But let's find out. Because as you saw from the last attack, we had 2 fully upgraded to level 4 and active wizard towers, which their favorite breakfast is goblin. And this guy will be providing almost 80 goblins for their feeding pleasure, and we'll get to see how effective that is. Okay, so he's doing sort of my strategy of trying to pick off as many buildings for free as possible, although he did take a couple losses on the top left, but overall he's doing pretty good. I'm always a fan of this if you don't think you're going to run out of time. Attacking from the bottom into the corner walls. Okay. And then the golems come in. The wizard tower's right there to start, one big munch out of his forces. Clan Castle guys are coming out. Notice I didn't have Clan Castle guys before. I didn't mention that, but I clearly didn't. Mortar should do great work here as well. With the Clan Castle guys slowing up his barbarians and archers. Indeed, all the barbarians just died, just leaving archers left. Getting laggy because there's so many goblins on the screen. Very laggy. You can see them flowing around. You can also see the wizard tower on the bottom just wrecking stuff. Mortar on the top, you saw just fired towards a pack of them, but they move so fast they can get away from it. But you see, they just got into the range of the wizard tower, so now they all die, the ones on the top. Oh, it looks like they did break into the gold storage. For the amount of damage they did, that was pretty good. They got half of it killed, but that's pretty much nothing, honestly. That tells me that there was pretty much nothing in the storages, so I must have spent a bunch on walls or defenses just before he came online, so good job from me for that. As you can see, he is still killing the Town Hall, so I would guess that that is going to be the one remaining thing he does in this game, so I'm going to speed it up. I don't think he'll deploy anything more, and if he did, I would seriously have a problem with that. Yeah, that was pretty ineffective. Even more so than the previous one. He did sort of break into the center, but he lost a ton of infantry doing so. Both to the wizard tower initially, then to clan castle guys and mortars and wizards, and then to the wizard tower again later. That was pretty ineffective, especially for the resources stolen. As you saw, you only got about 30,000. So yes, not the best of plans. Okay, that was that attack in the middle here. So let's look at this last attack, I guess, which, I mean, they sort of keep getting worse here. We had a pretty good attack in terms of resources on the bottom, then not very good attack here in the middle, and then we've got a downright terrible attack up top. So this tells me, from the resource count stolen, only stealing 6,800 resources means that you attacked just after I was online. So there are nearly no resources to steal, and you didn't get into the storages in the center, which means you both misread my base, and I'm curious how these lightnings are going to work, but let's find out. Yeah, so we both misread my base likely, and probably deployed ineffectually, so he didn't break into the center. With infantry, my base is quite good against just pure infantry, so I expect we shall see that. So he's starting off with just picking up the town hall, so I wonder if he's wasn't planning on attacking more heavily initially. I mean, if you're just going for trophies, I have no problem with you just taking out the town hall in terms of strategy and in terms of my tactics. Bunch of wall breakers right there. Did break in on the top there. Activated a couple clan castle guys. Interestingly, those clan castle guys are going to draw these archers in. Not enough for the defenses to take them on yet, but very mass barbarian style. They're all grouping up. Ouch. Those mortars. Ouch. So they are away from the wizard towers, which is their one saving grace, but the two mortars are firing on them. Okay. Interesting use of lightning spell. It did attack both my gold storages. It did do a lot of damage to my mortar, but you know what? He's not going to be able to finish that off without at least using another one, and I don't see that happening here. Okay, additional archers on the top. He should have realized by now that he was not getting many resources out of the collectors and mines, and probably should not have deployed those guys. Yeah, I'm pretty upset with that. Just, that was bad use of everything. He shouldn't have deployed more than just on the town hall, if that's what he was going for. And when he did, he should have not continued attacking when he realized there wasn't many resources in the mines and collectors. Instead, he kept deploying and lost a bunch more barbarians and archers to, especially the barbarians, to mortars. The clan castle guys definitely helped out by slowing them down, so definitely effective right there. Alright, let's see how our troop training is going. Okay, minute and a half left. What should we talk about? So, I did get a comment recently about my walls, and it was talking about these corner walls specifically that were, well, I had some level 1s at the time, like up here and stuff, and down here. And they were like, oh, Flammy, you got level 1 walls, you should upgrade them, there's a huge problem with your base. Well, yes and no. If they could be a huge problem with your base, unless you know how units work. And I do happen to know how units work, as you might expect, because I talk about how units work a lot. And the way all units work is they will not target those walls. I, for example, have level 1, 2, and 3 walls currently right in here. But because this wall, and these other pink walls are closer, they'll always attack those pink walls, despite the fact that this level 2 wall, how much health does it have? 500 health? What does the other one have? This purple one, for example. Yeah, 5 times as much health. 5 times harder to get through this purple wall, and yet they'll always attack the purple wall. Damn, Zoom. I've done it like 3 times this episode already. So that is why I can be very neglectful about upgrading these walls. And basically the only reason I am upgrading them is because I'm spending the last bit of my gold on these walls when I've got it laying around and I've got a worker. Other than that, you know what? They're doing fine right there. And the only reason I do bother upgrading them is because I will use them in a different place sometime in the future. Like when we hit Town Hall 8. I don't know what my base will look like, but I'll almost certainly use my walls in a different way, which means I want them to be a higher level so I can use them in very flexible ways. That doesn't matter in this base because, like I said, they don't have to get attacked. So in those recent attacks, what did we see? We saw wall breakers attack right here. We saw a giants and infantry attack right here. I think actually that's all infantry and wall breakers. And we definitely saw a bunch of wall breakers attack right here. All those were pink walls. Notice that none of those hit level 2, 3, or 4 walls, which is rough stone, smooth stone, and black down here. But all of them hit these level 6 walls. None of them hit these level 5 walls either. What could I do to change my strategy? So this is an interesting one, and I could consider doing this. So my walls around the outside here, what do? They mostly force people to attack from the corners, and that has a couple effects. First of all, and probably most importantly, it keeps them from attacking from into the mortars. So if I let someone attack from down here, they would bust through this wall in the center, attack this stuff, and then giants would spread out to the sides, but any archers coming in would start attacking the mortar and wizard tower. I don't really want that to happen. Same exact story with up here. That's why these walls are up here. Why are these walls out here? Well, that's just forcing them to come to the sides, and this isn't as important, but I don't really have a much better use for them. It also does let me use my pink walls out here and use these gold walls to force people onto the pink walls. But as you've seen, most people are willing to throw away several wall breakers, so that's not much of an issue. I could decide to choose something, and you know what, let's do it. We'll see how it works. So people have liked attacking with wall breakers, right? Well, let's give them what they're asking for. We're going to build out some wall breaker targets out here. And these are exactly what I just said. These are targets. I expect these to die. I expect these to die regularly. And I expect them to die gloriously in a hail of wall breakers. So we'll be doing this on each corner, I think. To be super effective, I would do it on this one as well. But you know what? It sort of fits down there. But with these builders' huts, there's sort of a room for it. No, I didn't mention what this wall on this side is for. It especially is for... It especially is for archers that would take out this town hall to funnel them around the sides, so then splash damage does more damage. So wizard towers clearly out of range, but mortars are not as soon as they come around the corners into these what would be dead builders' huts. And they also prevent them from attacking straight onto these defenses, if these buildings were dead. Okay, so let's keep doing what I was starting here. I'm going to move these all down by 1. I don't think we've seen many attacks from the top side here. I'm not sure why that is. I mean, people are attacking from the bottom right into the wizard. Why not attack from the top right into the wizard as well? As well as, I mean, there's extra mines up here, so you'd be getting more resources. I think it's more, people don't really think about it as much and are more inclined to attack from the bottom for whatever reason. So yes, as I said, let's do some walls up here. And I'm not replacing any of the high-level walls that I have. I'm just merely adding on to them. These walls, if hit properly with wall breakers, will potentially soak as much as 10 wall breaker hits, depending on the exact angle they come in on. So this could be potentially very effective. For example, though, if you know how your wall breakers work, and most people probably will have a decent idea, you want to deploy out here, you would deploy out here. But that's alright too. It's not a big deal. I'm just sort of curious if people will know enough to avoid them. Should I do one down here? The lab sort of fits in nicely, so you know what, let's leave that there. Yeah, we'll leave it there and let people attack into these 2 inactive defenses, which will just slow down giants a lot. And I can keep cycling my under construction defenses through there. It also attack from this side up here on the top left, or from the left side really. It keeps them away from the elixir storage, and it's only on the side of 1 gold storage, as opposed to the right side, there's 2 storages over here. So that is more tempting target, which is why I understand why a lot of people attack from the right side. What I don't understand is why they do attack from the bottom, going back to that point. Okay, so our troops will be long done, so indeed they are. Let us queue up stuff. Yeah, I'll just queue up my normal army. Like I said, I'm not planning on attacking right away, but it doesn't hurt to have guys. So we ended up finding a pretty good attack at the beginning of this episode. I hope we can do the same thing. But I will keep my standards fairly low. Like, what did I say, like 65, 75,000 if I can get that. But if it's like a 60, 80,000 base or even more, and I like... Oh, just kidding. That's a good one. But what I was going to say is, if it's a base like that and I'm not sure I can take it on, I'm really going to think twice about it. And you know what? This is one of those bases. The thing about this base is that their air defense is very well protected, so kudos to you for that. Not a platypus. That's a great name, by the way. So one thing I can try to do in here is to double wall breaker bust into the center. And I think I'm going to do that, which means I'm going for the air defense. But first we gotta check out for Clan Castle, guys. I'm going to deploy enough archers to take out this archer tower, just because it's exposed up here with no splash building supporting it. Oh, I tried to switch to barbarians right there, but it didn't work, so we ended up using a few too many. Okay. Now what are we doing? Now we're deploying lots and lots of giants. We're going to deploy them right here for distraction, and then I'm going to do wall breakers right next to them to bust through the walls, and hopefully they'll go through the center walls as well. I think we lost... Nope, I thought I saw a spring trap for a second. Okay, so as you see right there, they went through the center walls. So they should take out this cannon and then go for the cannon in the center, but it's possible to go for the wizard tower. Okay, a few went for the wizard tower. That's alright. Ideally, they would have all gone for the center. I probably should have deployed the wall breakers a little faster. As soon as this air defense goes down, though, we shall be able to deploy our healer. And this shows you how you can get into a very well-protected air defense. And honestly, that was level 2. I probably could have deployed it faster and taken some hits from it. Level 2s, especially against the level 2... what do you call them? Air defenses aren't that effective. But I just was sort of showing you how to do it. Okay, so how many more defenses does that make? That makes 1, plus 1 inactive. I'm just going to deploy my guys. I've got too much elixir as is, so I don't really care. Although, I guess I'm sort of saving for elixir technically, because I do need 250,000 for my, what do you call it? Think, Flammy, think. For my army camp upgrade to get to level 6, it takes 750 million resources, so there is that to be of concern. But you know what? A couple, like 5,000 extra units doesn't really matter. That's also longer term as well. It's at least 12 hours to 36 hours out for once the workers finish up. And that's going to wrap up this episode. I just also want to finish up attacking this guy pretty fast. That was a fast one and an easy one. Actually got us a lot of trophies as well. 117,000 gold. I'm happy with that. On our first search as well. Okay, let's go find a base for you guys to tell me how you'd attack. So, something I've really enjoyed about you guys is saying how you've attacked bases is you also can critique each other's. So if someone says, oh, I'd use Healer Giant on this in so-and-so manner, well, that's a terrible base. It's dead. Let's find a different one. That's easier to look at. You guys can comment and reply to the comment specifically, and that means that person will get a notification that someone's replied, and you can give people, like, oh, that's great, it's a great attack, I didn't think about that, or, ooh, I think your Healer Giant wouldn't work on this particular base, because, like, hey, look, like Flammy did, you'd have to double wall breaker in to get in there, otherwise the Giants will get distracted running around the outside circle. Let's check out Alexei. If not, we'll skip down to lower and find one of those higher level guys, potentially. Loading, loading, loading. Okay, not bad. Town Hall 8. Interesting. Very grid. Units, or the mines are very high level. Those are all level 11 mines, if you cannot tell. Let's see how much is in them. Ooh, 8,000 is in each of them. So 8 times 6 is, I don't know, 46-ish, something like that. I don't really want to think about it right now. So there is some gold to be collected from there. How much is in the storages, just so you guys know? Clan Castle is also out a lot, so there's about 232,000 gold. And there's going to be even more of that in terms of elixir. Ooh, God, 640,000 elixir. Man, that's a lot of elixir. And not that bad of gold either. So there's also the Clan Castle that's outside the walls. Interesting that they're not prioritizing this. This space would be very easy to draw them out on. It'd also be very easy to just attack the Town Hall if you're just looking for trophies. So, with this, guys, I'm going to wrap up this episode and say thank you very much for watching. Let me know how you would attack this base in the comments, and as always, have a great day, guys. Peace out.